Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of The Drive by Gigi, that's me. Today I'm looking at this fantastic Porsche Boxster Spyder 2011 for sale here at Ashgood Porsche. It's the 987 Spyder, Guards Red, and it's got the fantastic 3.4 litre flat six engine, and it's a Boxster, but this one is very, very different. It's got the big humps on the back, which look fantastic. And there's quite a lot different about this car to a regular Boxster. Mid-engine layout, 6-speed manual. And just to give you some facts and figures, this one's got 17,800 miles on the clock. And it's one of the lightest Porsches that Porsche have ever made. Now I've been going back looking at some of the data, and a manual version of this weighs around 1,275 kilos. Now, the only one I've found to be lighter than this, the only Boxster, was a 986 2.5 manual, but it hasn't got anywhere near the power ratio per tonne that this does. 0 to 60 comes up in around 5 seconds, top speeds around 165 miles per hour, and these have 316 brake horsepower and 370 Newton meters of torque. Now I've been looking online at this, and so it's around 248 bhp per tonne. I think you can see it's a beautiful example, and we're going to dive deeper into this car and show you some of the unique features. Okay, so this is a very, very enjoyable moment, and as you can see, traditional key, and we are about to start this beautiful Porsche Spyder 987 for sale with Ashgood Porsche. So, okay, here we go. One of the things I love about having the old traditional key is that you really connect with the car when you turn it on. There's that mechanical feel that you have to actually start the engine, and when I'm sitting here the engine is throbbing and I can feel it through my seats, through the steering wheel, and it just the hum that you get from this engine is fantastic. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a theatre, you know. It just puts a smile on your face, and I'm so glad that I'm here showing you these cars, because you know, these old ones are really, really fantastic. Shall we give it a little bit of the beans? Okay, moving on to the wheels and tyres and the brakes. These are the lightest wheels Porsche have ever made. Lightweight wheels, you can feel them, they really are nothing to them. So this car has 19-inch wheels all round. Front vented discs are 318 millimeters, and the rear vented discs are 299 millimeters. Front tyres are 235 35s and the rears are 265 35s, but yeah, they're a beautiful looking wheel, and some of the lightest Porsche have ever made. So this thing will go around corners like super glue. Okay, so what were the things that Porsche did to try and make this car lighter than your regular Boxster? Now, the first thing they did was they used aluminium doors, so the doors are much lighter, and you notice that when you get in and out as well. They're much lighter than a normal Porsche door. The rear deck is also made out of aluminium, and as mentioned, the wheels are much lighter, and also this particular model has come with the delicious Porsche carbon bucket seats, and they're really comfortable actually, and they're not too difficult to get into. The soft top mechanism was removed, so it is manually, you have to manually put the roof on, which can be a bit of a pain, and if you want to see that in more detail, I suggest you watch the Car Guy's video that he did on this. The radio and the PCM unit could have been removed, but as a no-cost option you can have it put back in. No air conditioning, no storage compartments, and no cup holders, but you could add some of it back in if you wanted to, and I don't think you would be losing out too much by having it in the car, to be honest. I think you need the sound system and everything. Okay, now this is the view of obviously the inside of the cabin looking backwards, and you know, these bucket seats are really comfortable, and you can see, you know, I'm really nicely held, and I actually think you could do quite a few miles on these. They're really quite well padded, and behind me is this lovely old school thick pile carpet, and that goes around the whole cabin floor, and then obviously you've got the rollover bars, and then if I just tilt you up you can see the fantastic humps just behind me, and it really is a minimalistic cabin. There's not much in here at all. This is all about driving pleasure. Okay, as I mentioned, the doors are lightweight, and you really notice that when you open them. Just to check, let's make sure they've got the nice Porsche clonk, which they do. But yeah, they're really nice lightweight doors, and yeah, Porsche didn't give you any real storage options in the Spyder. Pretty basic. You got the wing mirror adjuster, electric windows, your door pull, and your speaker system here, and literally that's it. There's no storage bin here in the side. But yeah, look what you're greeted with as you get in. The fantastic limited edition Boxster Spyder. What a view, you know, as you get in and out. It's absolutely cracking. And you know, that's the view from the cockpit. The dials are matched with the body colour, and the typical Porsche clarity with the rev gauge in the middle. The unbelievable gear stick, body colour painted interior tunnel, and then of course these fantastic rear bulges that I have to say look much better in real life than they do when you look at this on the internet. Okay, climbing into this car is relatively easy actually, considering their bucket seats. But just to run you through some of the main things. So steering wheel, lovely and solid. It's a bit more old school than some of the more modern Porsches, but it's still very nice. The dashboard isn't leather, but it feels pretty good, and the old air vents feel nice and solid. They all move nicely. Obviously this is quite old school now, but who cares? The main reason, look at this, the fantastic gearbox. Beautiful. That thing really is lovely. So yeah, there's not much in here, but the whole point is to drive this thing and enjoy yourselves. So there we go, that's pretty much the interior. Now these are another lightweight measure to get in and out. To open them, you just literally pull them down. You have to pull quite hard to get out, but once you do, they're fine. Okay, as always, we like to check what everything feels like. So this is body colour painted interior, and now just to have a look at the light switch. Even that feels good. So yeah, really nice little switch there, and just a little view of the. I should point out that the binnacle over the dash was removed to make things lighter, and it actually looks fine. I didn't think it would look right, but you don't really notice it when you get inside, to be honest. And there we go. That is the inside of this stripped out racing car, and it's delightful. I nearly forgot. Always got to look at the top speed. So the Spyder goes up to 190 miles per hour, and it redlines at 8,000, but I think this one maxes out at around 7,600 RPM. Okay, just to show you these seats in a bit more detail, they're beautiful looking. Contrast stitching, Alcantara in the middle, leather on the sides, and they're actually really quite easy to get in and out of. I've sat in some which are really difficult, but these are really quite nice. And as I was talking about, you've got this lovely old school Porsche carpet. It's still soft now, it's lovely, and it runs all around down here, around the wells, on the insides. And just look at this, look at this gearbox tunnel. Fantastic. Just to show you the joy this puts on your face. Actually, when you're sitting here, you actually wobble because of the throbbiness of the engine. Honestly, it's pure joy, and it makes you smile. You can feel it through everything. The seats have manual adjustment. There's nothing on the steering wheel. It's just a steering wheel. Really nice, smooth feel. It's all leather. And I hope it comes across on the camera, but you get a real boom in the engine bay, in the cockpit from the engine. And even if you were sitting still in this thing, you'd be happy. But just to show you, man, what a thing this is. Okay, so thanks for watching the episode here at Ashgood Sports Cars, and if you're in the market for used Porsche, contact these guys. I'll put the link to their website in the description below the video, and I hope you liked it. I've come away quite surprised having looked at this, the Boxster Spyder and the Cayman R. They're both fantastic examples, and to be honest, you could live happily in both of them. For me, I think for my lifestyle, driving through the country roads through Surrey, I think I would go for the Spyder. To me, it just is a bit rawer. The engine note is a bit deeper, and I just prefer it. And I think that's one of the special things about Porsche. Everybody likes their own thing, and I surprised myself. I thought I was going to come here today and prefer the Cayman R, but it just shows you. That's Porsche for you. And I think once you sit in these cars and you experience the feel yourself, you make up your own mind. Well, I'm being spoiled today. This is one of my all-time favourites, 964 Turbo S. Now this one is ultra rare. It's got the flat nose, which I love because I'm a big fan of the 928 and the 968, so it's almost my perfect car you can think of. But I had to show it to you, and it's just the shape and the bulges, the massive rear arches, the intakes, the rear spoiler. It's just epic, and to me it's one of my favourites. So let's just show you inside. I've not been in it yet, this is my first time. and it's so the seats are so comfy. It's so soft compared to some of the modern Porsches. There's not really much gear in here. Tape deck, stereo, but it smells typical old Porsche. 7,000 on the dial, and on the speedo 180 miles per hour. The good old analog clock and old school Porsche steering wheel. Love it, fantastic.